Have you ever noticed how the quietest individuals often seem to possess the most influence? In a world overflowing with noise from endless conversations, constant social media updates, to the non-stop buzz of modern life, those who speak less stand out like a still harbor in the middle of a storm. There's something naturally magnetic about their silence. It's not the lack of words, it's the presence of something deeper: clarity, wisdom, and purpose. The Stoics, ancient masters of philosophy, saw silence as far more than an empty pause. To them, it was a tool for deep reflection and self-understanding. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic thinker, once wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." For those who choose silence, their thoughts are their canvas, each mental stroke deliberate, rich with meaning and intention. But take a moment, why should this matter to you? Because in this chaotic, fast-moving world, developing the traits of people who speak less can truly transform your life. These individuals don't speak just to be heard, they speak to bring value. They listen, they observe, and they understand, more than most ever will. Their silence becomes a kind of superpower guiding them with precision and poise through the noise of everyday life. Picture yourself in a crowded room filled with chatter. One person stays quiet, listening, nodding. Now and then, when they finally speak, everyone stops to hear them. Why? Because their words carry weight. And that's exactly what we're exploring today: the powerful traits that make these people not just memorable, but deeply influential. Understanding these traits won't just give you insight into them, it will show you how to apply the same qualities in your own life. Because the path to wisdom begins not only with knowing when to speak, but, more importantly, knowing when not to. Before we begin the first trait, if you're someone who appreciates deep thought, timeless wisdom, and intentional self-growth, consider subscribing. Join a community of thinkers striving to live better, wiser, and more purposeful lives. Now, let's explore the 10 key traits of those who speak less, and how their silence often speaks louder than words. 1. They think before they speak. Better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak and remove all doubt. Abraham Lincoln. Those who speak less possess a rare and powerful ability to think before they talk. In a world where most people rush to fill silence, the quiet ones pause. They reflect carefully, ensuring that every word they speak aligns with their values and has meaning. This isn't a result of fear or shyness, it's intentional. They recognize the weight words carry: the ability to heal, to inspire, or to wound. The Stoics saw impulsive speech as a sign of a restless mind. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Those who speak less live by this truth. They don't react, they respond. Before saying anything, they ask, "Is this worth sharing? Will it help? Will it harm?" These internal questions act like a filter, removing the careless or unnecessary. Their communication becomes more precise, and their presence more profound. People listen, knowing their words weren't spoken on impulse, but with clarity and intention. This mindset also helps them avoid misunderstandings or regrets. Rarely do they walk back their words, they've already considered the consequences. This trait builds trust. People know what they say, they mean and what they mean. They say, whether it's a respected leader, a wise mentor, or a trusted friend, the common thread is usually the same: thoughtful communication. In a world drowning in noise, these quiet individuals remind us that mindful speech isn't just a skill, it's an art. 2. They observe more than they speak. Those who speak less are highly observant. While others fill the air with chatter, the silent ones are attuned to everything around them. They notice the subtle flicker of emotion in someone's face, the shift in tone during a conversation, or the tension hanging silently in a room. This deep awareness gives them an edge. They see what others miss. Stoic teachings emphasized clarity of observation. Epictetus advised, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This isn't just clever, it's practical wisdom. Silent individuals use this wisdom to navigate social interactions with empathy and precision. They don't rush to judgment. They look beneath the surface. Their responses are measured, thoughtful, and based on what they've truly seen, not what they've assumed. This attentiveness helps people feel understood even when no words are spoken. Because of their ability to read between the lines, their insights go deeper. Where others react to what's being said, the silent understand what's left unsaid. Their observation extends beyond people, it reaches into life itself. They notice trends, patterns, and subtle shifts that others overlook. Whether in nature, conversations, or their own emotions, they are constantly learning from what most ignored. 3. They value depth over breadth. Silent people are drawn to depth rather than breadth, especially in their interactions. While others indulge in small talk or surface-level chatter, they seek conversations that enrich, challenge, and expand the mind. To them, a meaningful exchange with one thoughtful individual is far more valuable than shallow dialogue with 10. This preference reveals an awareness of time's value and a desire to use it wisely. Seneca once advised, "Associate with those who will make a better man of you." Silent individuals embody this. They seek out relationships and conversations that nurture growth. As listeners, they're excellent not interrupting or dominating, but asking insightful questions that bring out real substance. These deeper conversations build strong, genuine bonds grounded in trust. This desire for depth isn't just relational, it's intellectual. They'd rather master one subject deeply than barely skim many. Their devotion to deep understanding mirrors the Stoic pursuit of excellence. In focusing their energy, they reach levels of insight others miss. 4. They are masters of self-control. A standout trait among the quiet is their remarkable self-control. In a world that rewards instant reactions, they choose restraint. They pause, reflect, then respond with intention. To the Stoics, self-control was foundational. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Silent individuals avoid wasting their words or energy in arguments or emotionally driven outbursts. They don't speak to defend their ego. They choose their battles. Silence becomes a shield, helping them process emotions and respond wisely, rather than impulsively. This isn't suppression, it's strength. True courage lies in composure, not confrontation. Silent people also understand timing. Even the wisest words lose power when spoken at the wrong moment. Their self-control gives them inner peace. No need to replay arguments or regret what was said. They leave conversations, knowing they remained true to themselves. Their restraint isn't about silence, it's about mastering their mind. And that mastery earns them trust, admiration, and calm confidence in every setting. 5. They are comfortable with silence. Those who speak less don't fear silence, they find peace in it. While most people rush to fill quiet moments with noise, they embrace the stillness. To them, silence isn't empty, it's full of potential. In today's world, where silence often feels awkward or threatening, the quiet ones see it as a retreater, place to think, reflect, and find clarity. Marcus Aurelius often spoke of retreating into oneself, saying, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." The silent live by this wisdom. In social situations, they don't speak just to fill space. Their calmness is contagious. Their presence speaks more loudly than words ever could. They use silence for growth. In stillness, they face their emotions, analyze their thoughts, and grow from within. This comfort with quiet makes them wiser, more grounded, and more in tune with life. 6. They are excellent listeners. One of their most powerful traits is their ability to listen. While most people are focused on what to say next, the silent are fully tuned in. They don't listen just to respond, they listen to understand. They absorb the speaker's tone, emotions, and even what isn't being said. As Epictetus taught, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. In a world of distractions and half-listening, their focused attention is rare and powerful. It makes others feel seen, heard, and valued. This skill gives them an edge in relationships, work, and they pick up on subtle cues, Notice concerns others miss, respond with insight. Listening is their strength, and through it, they understand more, connect deeper, and move through the world with grace. 7. They are highly disciplined. Discipline is the quiet foundation of their silence. Choosing not to speak, especially when it's tempting to, requires inner strength. It's a trait rooted in self-awareness and intention. Silent individuals live with purpose. They don't give in to impulsive speech or distraction. Their lives reflect structure, focus, and meaning. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, "You have power over your mind." Silent individuals embody this by aligning their speech, habits, and actions with values. Their discipline earns trust. They follow through, speak with purpose, and act with clarity. In a world full of noise, their calm consistency becomes their quiet power. 8. They speak only when necessary. Silent people don't speak unless there's a reason. Their words are deliberate. Every sentence carries intention, and that's what makes them powerful. Their silence isn't indifference, it's restraint. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be." B1. Silent individuals live this way. They lead through action, not talk. They avoid gossip, drama, or idle conversation. When they do speak, it matters because people know they're not speaking for attention, but with purpose. In a world drowning in constant communication, their rare words are like precious gems, valuable because they're not overused. 9. They are profoundly independent. Silent individuals are deeply independent. They don't need external validation. Their sense of worth comes from within. They're comfortable alone. In solitude, they reflect, grow, and understand themselves. The Stoics taught that real freedom comes from letting go of things we can't control. Silent people practice this by not relying on others' opinions to shape them. They think critically, act intentionally, and often lead quietly without seeking recognition. Their independence is humble, grounded in self-awareness, not arrogance. 10. They are deeply introspective. At the core of their silence lies introspection. They constantly examine their emotions, thoughts, and actions, not to judge, but to grow. This mirrors Stoic practices. Marcus Aurelius would reflect nightly, questioning whether he lived by his values. Silent people do the same. They reflect, adjust, and improve quietly. They're aware of their triggers, strengths, and flaws. This self-knowledge fosters empathy and insight. It also helps them see the world more clearly, ask deeper questions, and discover meaningful truths. Their introspection isn't about withdrawal, it's about inner strength. They show us that true growth doesn't come from talking more, from understanding ourselves more deeply. As we close, think about the power of silence. The people who speak the least often hold the greatest wisdom. Their words matter because they don't waste them. Their calm presence speaks volumes, and their discipline reminds us that silence is not emptiness but intention. So ask yourself, how can you bring more of these traits into your life? Whether it's pausing before you speak, listening more attentively, or finding peace in stillness, every small step moves you toward a more mindful, powerful version of yourself. If this message resonated, share it with someone who could use a little Stoic wisdom today. And if you haven't yet, subscribe for more thoughtful, meaningful content like this. Together, let's keep uncovering the timeless lessons that help us live stronger, wiser, and more intentionally. Thank you for watching, and remember, sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all. See you in the next video.